their team, top 8, and Cheery and Spectre well have a lot of other decent performances as well. However, Joel gonna step up right off the bat and get the first goal in the first 3 seconds. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the last series. I believe Cowabunga scored the first goal in every single series so far. In every single game so far, we've seen the first goal be scored by Cowabunga, and it looks like that trend is going to continue. However, Cheery, playing on, in my opinion, best card in the game, the Dominus, going to be looking to set up his team. However, Joel going to be following that one up, trying to set up his team. All back over now to Pagsy. Going to be looking for the pre-flip air dribble. Not able to do anything with, though. That's something that I've noticed a little bit of a trend here. A lot of the OCE players that we're seeing tonight really love their air dribbles. We're seeing them go up for air dribbles, but not really doing anything with them just yet. The most goals we've seen so far have been off a demo play, so I'd love to see some more of those. However, Joel's just going to slot that one home. Homie's stepping up here, getting his second goal on the board. Moss hits it right at the defender, gets a read on it, sets it up for his teammate, and that's going to be a great second goal on the board. But as I was saying, I would love to see more of these aggressive plays coming in from both teams, some great aggression, and the team with the most efficient rotations that's able to get all these jobs done, we're going to see them win, hopefully. However, now it's going to be back into Rock Sniffers territory. Now, personally, I mean, this is a new Rock Sniffers to me, coming from an A. There was an NA bubble team named Rock Sniffers before this. It was a very solid team. However, of course, this Rock Sniffers hopefully going to be able to do a little bit more on the RLCS front, because they're going to pop that ball back out. However, Pagsy's now going to be the one tasked to try and maintain possession here. Pops it off his own backboard. And Joel, taking his time, fakes it out for Moss. Here comes Moss, going in for another air dribble, but he's not able to get the ball past any of the defenders this time. And he's going to put that ball back over to Joel. Ball back over to Pagsy. Not able to get a touch towards him that he's able to follow, but his teammate's able to get a 50-50. And now it's going to be over to Joel. Flips the ball out. Fantastic pass. Double commit, though, from Cowabunga, and they're not able to get that touch that they need to be able to get another go-ahead goal. Luckily for them, they're still up by 2, at least for the moment. The ball's in the net, and it looks like we're going to see another fantastic own goal tonight. We've seen Cowabunga own goal a couple times tonight, and this one definitely takes the cake here. And it looks like, look at that, Moss, he just wants all the goals to himself, puts that into the top left corner. You don't see accuracy like that from anybody nowadays. However, Moss trying to show it to us here on stream tonight. Ball back out into the defensive corner to Joel, trying to maintain possession. We'll pop that ball up, back over to Pagsy. Pagsy, move down to Moss. Moss popping that ball forward over to Cheery. Cheery now trying to maintain possession for himself. Will we see a ceiling pinch? Will we see a pass mid? Or will we see Scruffy getting a fantastic dunk? That's exactly what we see. Now it's going to be over to Moss, trying to pass over to Joel. Starting the offensive pressure once more. Joel, ooh, almost the flip reset pre-flip. All the way to the backboard. He's not able to set up anything for his team just yet, though, as Spectre goes down the field. Not able to get anything more than a demo, though, but it will allow his team to maybe finally get some extended offensive pressure on the offensive end. However, Joel is going to take it slowly out of his own half, as now Spectre trying to get a touch. Not able to get a touch on it, though, and Pagsy's going to be the one to have to try and get that one out. On 0 boost, though, now he's going to be the one tasked to try and look for some off-ball pressure, trying to allow his team to get a goal, but Joel, with a fantastic goal line save, is going to keep them in the lead. Ooh, a lot of interesting stuff there going on in the next couple of minutes. Yes, I definitely got to take a breath after that one. However, less than half the game left to go. Let's see if we can see them tie up this game. Ball back over to Joel. Joel trying to keep this ball on the offensive end. We'll pop it off the ceiling. Scruffy will keep that ball into the middle, allowing Moss to follow it up. Ooh, poor shot there from Moss. We'll give a free possession away to the opposing squad. Pagsy looking for an air dribble bump, but he didn't really get the height on it. Y'all wanted a little bit of a tip on how to go for air dribble bumps. Try to pop the ball high, float with it for a second, almost as if you're air dribbling, and then go in for that demo. The most key thing, though, is popping the ball high with some momentum and then going in for that air dribble bump. However, back over to Cheery. Gonna be passing that ball over to Moss. Gonna be looking for a pass over to Joel. Joel gets the redirect touch. Will make it awkward for Rock Sniffers, but they will still remain at a 1-goal deficit as they manage to get that ball out. Triple commit there by what it looked like by Cowabunga, but the ball is just gonna back out to the backboard. Joel, the Pagsy, We put on that ball to the sidewall, back to Cheery, and Cheery's gonna put that off the sidewall to Pagsy. Looks like we might see a last-second chance. Oh, it's off the post once again. The same fourth man that was the enemy for Nutty Gaming is now the enemy for Rock Sniffers, but they don't need no crossbar. They're gonna follow that ball straight into the back of the net. Look at this here from Pagsy, loses the 50, back to Spectre. Ooh, look at that aerial shot right above Moss. That's what we love to see. The striking on point here for Spectre. Here we go, tied game here in the final minute once again. It looks like we're going to be seeing another close series, at least if game one is anything to go off of. But here comes Pagsy. Zero boost, floating with the ball. We're just chilling here. Let's be back over to Cheery. Cheery not able to get to the ball though. And it's going to be another offensive counterattack here by Cowabunga. Ball's going to be a miss there on the defensive end by the Rock Sniffers, but the ball will be kept in the offensive end once again. Moss doesn't get the best of touches, doesn't get the worst of touches, but he manages to come back and get a solid touch under the corner. Now I'll be back over to Spectre, trying to get a 50-50 out mid. We're seeing a lot of aerials, not really result in anything so far for either team, but maybe we can see one solid play. Here we go, pass to Spectre, but Spectre can't get the best of first touches. However, it's going to set up Cheery. Moss has to avoid the bump, which he managed to do so with flying colors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime in game number one. Pagsy now going to be the one tasked with possession right off the kickoff, but Joel with a fantastic dunk will be looking to try and send this overtime away early. Scruffy pass the ball mid to Joel. Joel misses the ball. Pagsy with the empty net up the crossbar. It doesn't go in. That was it for Rock Sniffers. That was game one. Regain all the momentum after losing the winner's final right there, but they aren't able to do so. If they lose this game right there, right now, it's going to be a doozy. They're not going to be having any confidence going in unless they got some great mentals. Now, by what I've heard, Cheery and Spectre have been together for a while, but that's not necessarily an indication of a good mental. Joel pass that ball out mid to Scruffy. Ooh, back over to Spectre now, though. Be looking for a pass out mid. Doesn't have his flip, but he sets up Pagsy. Pagsy not able to get the shot off, though. But we're seeing some good opportunities. Cheery, though, caught off his mark. Not able to get the touch, but it looks like he faked out Joel. But with a great demo from Joel, we're seeing some fantastic off-ball pressure here in this overtime by Cowabunga. Back to the backboard. We followed up here by Pagsy. Me now followed up here by Cheery. Cheery gonna be looking for the solo play, flicking that ball forward to Moss. Moss with a great touch out to the side. However, the ball is not out of harm's way just yet as the pressure is starting to be piled on by Rock Sniffers. The ball again shot on target, but Scruffy managed to get that one out once more. Ball back to Pagsy. Pagsy, be looking for a solo play. Trying to get this ball through the middle, but he's not able to get a pinch mid to anybody, but he gets a bump, making it awkward for the other team, and the pressure's on. Here comes Spectre. Can he get the ball mid? No. Scruffy will touch that ball out. Chance here for Moss. Solo play opportunity. What will be the first useful solo play of the night? No, it will not. And the ball will go right back out to the midfield, and it's going to be over to Scruffy. Scruffy passing that ball out mid to Spectre. Not able to get the touch that he needs, though. Scruffy with a great demo on the defense back. Will manage to open up some space for his team. And another great demo on the rotation. Oh, a second demo. Spectre's only one on the field, but can he do it all on his own? No, not able to do so just yet. In 2 minutes on to overtime, both these teams having their opportunities. Another great bump there from Pagsy. Almost opens up the scoreline. But now it's going to be back over to Scruffy, looking for the solo play on low boost. The old Riot Gaming sub turned main roster, looking to try and carry his team to another series or at least minimum game win. Back over to Joel. To Spectre. To Moss. Ooh, not able to get that ball past the defender again. We're seeing every single final shot be met by a defender, and when it's not, the ball gets ricocheted out the crossbar. And with 3 minutes into overtime now, we're finally seeing Cowabunga putting on the pressure. We had a couple of minutes of pressure from Rock Sniffers where they had the closest thing you could get to a goal without actually scoring. But now it looks like we're going to see them try and recreate that, just put the ball under the crossbar. Ball back out to Scruffy. Now to Moss. Moss taking it slow on the ground, looking for the shot, but it goes off the post once more, and Pagsy will take that ball out. Ball back over to Cheery. Cheery flipping that ball forward, looking for the flip reset, flicking it over one, fall past two, off the crossbar once more, and now Joel's going to be looking for a possession. Over to the corner. Looking for that pass out mid, not able to connect though, and Scruffy will be keeping that ball in. Here we go, we're in a good old hodgepodge in the corner, and Moss finally doesn't hit the crossbar, puts it into the back of the net, and ladies and gentlemen, game number 1 gonna be going over to the loser semifinal victors, Cowabunga. Now that's what we love to see, shot right from the corner. Ooh, perfect shot there from Moss. Finally learns how to hit the ball, and now we're gonna be going into game number 2 to see who's going to take this either to match point or tie up the series. Here we go. I know I've been making fun of a couple of the teams so far, but when you see that many crossbars, you point them out. But let's now talk about what both these teams are doing really, really well. Rock Sniffers, they had a lot of consistent pressure, even more consistent than Cowabunga for the most part. However, in regards to Cowabunga, even though they weren't as consistent, they managed to get the job done. And it's kind of the same type of story that we saw from the previous series. It's just the previous series, when we looked at Nutty Gaming, they didn't have the individual skill to really able to execute their jobs without the efficiency. Now we're seeing Cowabunga, even if they're not as efficient as Rock Sniffers, they're getting the job done, and that's what matters here. So I love to see I love seeing what excuse me, I love what I'm seeing from both these teams so far. But now we're gonna be getting into game number 2 to see if Rock Sniffers can regain from that sorrowful loss. They were literally one crossbar bounce different from being able to win that game in that overtime. So now we're going to see if they can open up this game. Instead of having to come back by 2 goals early, let's see if they can get a goal and maintain the lead this time. Ball back over to Joel. Now over to Cheery. Going to be looking for that possession, popping that ball forward. Now going to be looking for a follow-up. Now back over. Another possession. Ooh, it looks like Cowabunga panicking on the defensive end. Scruffy not able to get a touch. Joel will get the touch this time, though, saving out his team. Here we go. Ball pass over to Pagsy. Might be an empty net. Boss with the last-second save. Now, even though we've seen some questionable shots so far tonight, the one thing that we have been noticing that's actually been really, really amazing, which isn't really known by the OCE as a region, is the defense from both these teams. Both of these teams are reading the ball really, really well. They're getting the touch that they need, and even when it comes to last-second shots, we're seeing the goaltending actually be really, really fantastic. I love to see this from both these teams, getting last-second saves. However, we got to see if that defense can be amped up. They shouldn't be relying on goalies to do everything. Let's see some more of those demos, as we see there from Cheery. Let's see some more of these midfield interceptions, and maybe we can see this defense really be amped up to the next level. But Spectre's going to pop that ball forward to Cheery. Not able to get the touch that he wants, though. And Scruffy will pop that ball out mid to Pagsy. Pagsy passing it down to Cheery, and it's going to be followed up here by Moss. Here we go. Moss getting the flick downfield. Not able to get it past Spectre, though, but we saw some pressure there. Now Pagsy not able to get the shot on target, and it will be put over to the side. Back over to Cheery, passing that ball out mid, and Moss will have to be the one to get a touch out, but he doesn't get a control touch, and it will allow Cheery to receive a pass from Pagsy, but Cheery can't find the mark, and it's going to be back over to Moss once more on low boost. Gets it over 1, but he can't get it past 2. Spectre looking for the bumps and demos, but it's off the crossbar again, and it's going to allow one more opportunity, and it's off the post. Oh my goodness, 3 minutes left on the clock. Back over to Cheery, back over to Pagsy, and now he's going to be looking for the follow here. Looking for a pass down to Cheery. Cheery with the redirect. Now back over to Pagsy. Now Cheery, sadly, looks like he switched off the best car in the game. You know, the Dominus. You know, I'm pretty sad about that, but it's going to be back over to Spectre. Spectre going to be looking for a follow-up. Back over to Pagsy. Looking for the possession. Looking for the flick. Can't get it past the defender, though. Joel, he's been a rock on defense this entire tournament so far, and we're seeing it once again here in the qualifying match for the grand final. But now it's going to be back over to Pagsy. Ends up hitting it right to Scruffy, though. He's going to pop it over 1. Looking to fake it under another, but he's not able to get that one, and Spectre will clear that one out. Joel, though, passing the mid. Over to Moss. Moss looking for the goal. Pass over to Joel, and it's going to be saved once more by Cheery, getting past the entire team. Now, this is the first time we've not seen Cowabunga score in the first minute of the game. Cowabunga, at least on stream, has scored the first goal in every game tonight. So maybe this could be the first time we see a break in the pattern, but Moss is looking to put an end to that. Nope, he's gonna miss that ball, and Scruffy, even though he got a great offensive demo, is not able to do anything with the ball, and now we're gonna be back onto the offensive end here for Rock Sniffers. Rock Sniffers now been scoreless here for a solid, I believe, around 6-7 minutes at the moment, since they got their second goal in the previous game. And now it's gonna be a chance here for Pagsy, looking for the shot, gets a 50-50, keeps it on the offensive end, but now it's gonna be over to Cheery, down middle, maybe an opportunity, but Spectre can't find the mark. There we go. Spectre trying to Infinidash into position. Gets a pass out mid, but Cheery not able to find the shot. It's very interesting whenever you analyze gameplay in regards to seeing why are players missing their shots. The two things you always consider is mechanical ability, and then you talk about in regards to positioning. You want to look at positioning versus mechanical ability. Now, for the most part, I believe that most of these players are, for the most part, they're in position. They're getting to the ball. They're getting the ball quickly. They're getting a free touch for the most part. So what we're seeing is just just small miscalculations. We've seen some good shots from these players so far, but we got to see somebody really step up here when it matters most. Chance here for Moss to do that for his team. Isn't able to get it in front of Scruffy, though. Ball's going to be back over to Spectre. To Moss. Back down mid to Scruffy. Scruffy not able to get a shot opportunity, but he will take a possession. And Cheery will, with a great dunk, will keep that away. He ends up getting demoed, though. Manages to snag the boost steal, though, which will put some pressure on the Cowabunga side. However, with the great pass there from Moss, it's going to be Scruffy in a 1v1. Looking for the bump! Looks like they took my advice from the air double bumps. And goal number 1 is once again going to go to Cowabunga, but it's going to be in the final 9 seconds. Oh my goodness, look at that here. Scruffy pops the ball up. Maybe could have popped it up a little higher, but he still gets the bump on Pagsy nonetheless. And with 9 seconds left to go, we're going to have to see if Cowabunga can maintain the lead and bring us to match point after game 2, just as we saw in the previous match. Ball's gonna be back out, back over to Spectre, and flip reset, and shot! Is it in? No! On the goal line! Cowabunga managed to stave away another last-second goal, but that's definitely got to get their hearts racing. I know it made mine race. I may not sound that nervous after game 1, but after all, it's 4 in the morning at the moment. Keep my heart under wraps, but after game number 2, Cowabunga are going to be on match point once again. Now, last time we saw them in this position, Cowabunga kinda let their foot off the gas pedal. There were a lot of goals, and Nutty Gaming were able to take game number 3. Are we going to see that once again, or are they going to manage to clinch out the sweep here to bring them with all the momentum into the grand final? Personally, I don't know how this is going to go. So everybody, I don't got a co-commentator with me tonight. So everybody in chat, you are my co-commentators. What do you think Rock Sniffers has to do in order to win this series? They definitely have what it takes. Each of these games have been really, really close. So outside hitting the shots in the back of the net, is there anything else that you would suggest for Rock Sniffers to help them win at minimum this 3rd game? Everybody, let me know in the chat as we get into game number 3. It looks like the players aren't joining for some reason. We'll see what's going on here. Looks like we're waiting for somebody to join, actually. And it looks like Spectre is back. Are the players joining? Yes, they are joining. They're ready for a 3rd round of this very close series so far. Looks like we got a message. Just don't win. Sounds good to me. You know what? That works for me. Back over to Cheery. Now it's going to move back over to Joel, as he's going to be looking to try and bring Cowabunga another first goal of the match once again. Now, first bloods were a thing in Rocket League. I mean, it looks like Cowabunga are definitely going to be the kings of getting those. The ball's going to bounce out into the corner. Moss has a chance to continue it, but it's going to be off the iron work once again. And we're going to be, oh, ball bounces awkward. Agsy, what's he going to do? Gets bumped. Ball's going to roll into the mid. Here comes Spectre setting up his teammate, and Cheery, oh, off the sidewall, and it's not going to be going in. But now it's going to be over to Moss, trying to maintain possession. Flicks that ball to the backboard. Ooh, not able to get it past Cheery, though. As we back to Spectre. Now, over to Scruffy, looking for that pass out mid to Joel. Going to be following it up to Cheery. Ooh, still going to be held scoreless here in the first minute. I swear, if we see another copy of the previous game where it goes all the way to 9 seconds before we see a goal, I don't know if I can handle it at that point. but ball's gonna bounce up mid. Chance here for Joel with the flip reset double. Oh my goodness, he could have shot that top right, but he's not, but he decides to go for the double and just barely isn't able to execute it. Now it's gonna be back over to Scruffy, to the backboard. Ooh, not able to execute on that one though. As we back over to Joel. On a real note though, we're seeing both these teams really step up here, trying to apply a lot of different pressure. We're trying to see a lot of imagination from all the people in this match. But now it's going back over to Pagsy onto the backboard. Ooh, fall up there, not able to get a ball into the back of the net. There is Pagsy. But here comes Moss, looking for the solo play. Is it on net? It is on target, but a brilliant save here. Now we're seeing both these teams find the mark, but the defense from both these teams are now finally starting to show. We're not seeing missed shots, we're seeing great saves, and that's what we've been wanting to see all night as Joel shoots another one on target, and another fantastic save there from Spectre. Ball to the backboard to Moss. Follow up, it's off the crossbar again, very reminiscent of game one, but Cherry, he slides that one in right before the halfway mark, and for the first time on stream tonight, somebody besides Cowabunga for the first goal of the game. Now this is what we love to see here, ladies and gentlemen, as Cherry puts that one to the top right corner. There we go. Looks like we might have a series here, everybody. Ball's going to be back over to Joel, trying to maintain possession. Looks that flick out mid. We followed up here by Cherry, and we followed up once again by Spectre. Just isn't able to connect on that touch. Now we're going to see Scruffy try to maintain possession on his lonesome. Back over to Joel though, tries to give Scruffy a friend to help him out, but it's going to be back to Moss. Moss awkward, manages to still get a double tap. Moss, of course, having the one and only own goal of the series so far. Thought maybe we would have a second one right there, but he manages to keep it out of his own net. Now Moss can be looking for a goal on the other side of the field, but isn't able to connect on that one though, as it's going to be back over into Joel's hands. Moss off the sidewall. Be followed up here by Joel. Once again, going to be sent here into the midfield as Spectre manages to keep that one in. Over to Pagsy. Pagsy puts that one into the corner. Followed up here by Spectre. Solo play opportunity. Spectre into the air once again. Leaves it for Cherry, but a great challenge there from Scruffy. He's going to get the ball on the offensive end. That's going to be missed there on the defense. Opportunity presenting itself. Ball into the mid, but a great save from Pagsy. Will get that ball out of harm's way. Ooh, ball into the middle. Not able to follow it up though. And we're seeing once again these teams kind of result in their stalemate type of play style. We're seeing not a lot of pressure in the midfield. We're seeing overall, we're seeing all these teams, all these players on both teams rotating really far out. We're not seeing as much off-ball pressure. At the beginning of the series, we talked about how a majority of the goals that were scored tonight were off of these demo plays, these team demo plays, where the person in front of the ball looks for a lot of off-ball pressure, and then the person coming in slings a shot on target, but we've not really seen a lot of that here in this game. We've seen a lot more just passes and keeping the ball away from the midfield, and overall, I mean, it's resulting in very low-scoring games, but honestly, right now, Rock Sniffers, they're probably just looking for any game win they can get at all at this point, as they're trying to come back here on the reverse sweep, but it's a great demo. It's going to be rolling towards the net. Moss, though, easily cuts that one away there at the final moment, and Joel will now send that ball forward. Here comes Pagsy. Back to Moss. Moss, though, not able to connect. It's going to be back over to Spectre. Spectre, though, can't get the touch. Chance here for Scruffy. He won a game with a solo play before, but he's not able to get that one there. Moss looking for a pass out mid. It's going to be to nobody, though, and Pagsy, though, has an opportunity to solidify the game win, but he puts it off the crossbar. Follow from Cherry, and he's going to allow Cherry to get a second goal of the game. And it looks like, everybody, we'll be seeing a mirroring match from the previous series. It looks like we see Cowabunga go up by 2, and their opposing team will be winning game 3. So if we're going to go by that pattern, that means Cowabunga about to win it in 4. You know, we don't even need to see game 4. We already know how the pattern's going to go. However, it looks like Rock Sniffers are going to try and break through fate, as they're going to be winning this game solidly with 10 seconds left, being up by 3. And there we go, into the back of the net. That's what we love to see. And looking back on this game, though, Rock Sniffers really did step up. One thing that they weren't doing very well in the first couple games, they were kind of banging the ball to the other team a lot. We weren't seeing a lot of useful touches, kind of more just get the ball on the offense and then look for a shot type of thing. But now we're seeing them really step up, not only maintain possession, but maintain pressure through that possession until they were finally able to break through the rock wall that was the defense of Cowabunga, and now being able to take that first game. There we go, though. However, now we're going to be going over to Cowabunga to see what are they going to be needing to do in order to come back here. Honestly, they got a good play style, but very similar to the previous series, they go up by 2, and it looks like they fall off just that little bit. They got to keep that sense of urgency, and then if they can keep that sense of urgency, if they can keep that sense of confidence within them, then they should be able to win that next game. However, Rock Sniffer is definitely going to be confident after that 3-0 win. And it's going to be up to Cowabunga now to really step up and show that they can be the better team and regain that momentum going into the grand final against, I believe, going Mary. There we go. Urban Central Dawn. Honestly, I don't like playing on this map, but whenever it comes to casting, it is a fun map to see people play on. Even if I prefer not to play on it, of course. You know, all the cars can tend to blend into the map, you know, that type of thing. But back over to Joel. And we're going to be starting off with game number 4, as Moss is going to be looking for a possession here off the backboard. Ooh, not able to get the ball to a teammate, though, as Cheery sends that ball forward. Ball back over to Joel. Joel, though, sends that ball over to Pagsy. Joel passed it back to Scruffy, and we're seeing some consistent pressure once again be made by Rock Sniffers. It looks like they're going to be continuing their momentum on from the previous game, as look at that. Oh, 143 kph. Looks like there's a redirect at the final moment, but still it was a laser of shot to begin with. And we're going to be continuing on here. 30 seconds in, Rock Sniffers going up here by 1. Chance here for Moss, though, looking for the shot. Hits her right on the nose of the defender. However, Joel will keep that ball on the offensive end, allowing Moss another chance on net. And it's a fairly weak shot, not able to really test the defense at all, as it's now going to be back over to Scruffy. Yeah, trying to keep that ball mid, not able to do so. And it's going to be back over to the midfield once more, as Spectre will be looking for a pinch out mid to Joel. Joel to Pagsy. Pagsy keeping that ball on the offensive end, and so far, it looks like we've seen the complete about-face in terms of mentality from Rock Sniffers, as it looks like they're playing with so much more confidence than they were in the previous 3 games. Look at this here. Joel flicking that ball forward. We look at it, ends up hitting it right in Spectre, but Spectre gets a poor touch. Scruffy has an opportunity, but Cheery with the fantastic dunk. Is that going to be in? No. Moss will slide that one away. But the ball now being pinched out there by Pagsy. We followed up now once more over to Cheery. He's going to be looking for a pass out mid, but no one on his team is able to follow that for a shot. Going to allow Cowabunga to get back onto the offensive end, at least just for half a second, as they end up getting the ball set right back into their own domain. Ball off the sidewall. Now over to Moss. Moss with a long shot. We're starting to see Cowabunga. We're starting to see them look a little bit more panicky. Instead of seeing nice, good possessions out of their own half, we're starting to see them boom the ball forward. Just something that we're definitely not hoping to see if we are an Cowabunga fan, as they're starting to just give the ball away for free. Now, as we can see, Rock Sniffer, they're sitting back. They're getting the ball for free. They want that ball to be given to them. It's allowing them to get these free possessions once again. Spectre looking for a solo play. He just runs out of boost on that one, and Moss clangs the ball on the offensive end once again, but it goes straight over to Pagsy. Pagsy now with the solo play, trying to 50 that ball over to the corner. Going to be looking for a play of his own. Ball's going to bounce up mid here as Spectre tries to keep that ball in, but it's going to be over to Cheery. Cheery not able to get the touch that time. That could have been the moment that ruined the momentum, but maybe he has a chance to continue the momentum. Pagsy had an opportunity to score there. Not able to follow it, though, as Spectre with the reset double not able to get the follow-up. Now it's going to be back into the hands of Cowabunga. Scruffy taking his time on the goal line as Joel ends up banging that ball again. He does maintain a good first touch this time, as he's able to at least get a 50-50. Follows that ball up here, and Spectre, though, will get a great touch. Ball back over now to Scruffy. Now over to Moss. Looks like we're finally seeing a possession here late in the game by Cowabunga. Moss now might have an opportunity. Passes it mid to Scruffy. It's going to be on the goal line, but Spectre with a fantastic save will keep that ball out of his own end. Now we do have to commend Spectre on that one. The shot itself was not that difficult to save, but it was all in the pre-positioning there of Spectre, and that's something that I've been noticing from the Rock Sniffer squad is their pre-positioning on defense. We're seeing them really rotate in with momentum, but even if they end up messing up their rotation, they still know exactly where to go. They read the ball exactly where the ball is most likely going to go. They get into position, and right when that ball is shot, they make easy save after easy save. Really love what I'm seeing from the defense, but the ball's now going to be back over to Moss. Flicks that ball to the backboard, as it looks like the ball was redirected by the opposing team. But now, as time wanes in the final minute, it looks like we're seeing some more and more pressure being put on by Cowabunga as they finally settled down and started taking their possessions. But Cheer is going to pop that ball across to Joel. Joel going to pop that ball mid. Ball it up here. Gray 50-50 will keep that ball on the offensive end. But Paxi with an even better touch will try and get it over to a teammate, but Scruffy with an interception will allow Cowabunga to continue to try and put some pressure on. Ball to the mid, to Joel. Now over to Paxi, passes the ball softly out mid, follow up from Spectre, and just as we saw in the previous game, we're seeing the go-ahead goals being put in the final minute from Rock Sniffers, and unless a miracle happens, it looks like we're going to be seeing a Game 5 Rock Sniffers threatening the reverse sweep. Oof. Can't wait to see how the rest of this game goes, but most importantly, how Game 5 will go. Ball's going to pop out to the corner. Over to Paxi. Paxi now down to Joel. He's not able to get the touch on that one. It's going to be back over to Cheery. Cheery now to Scruffy. Scruffy to Cheery. Popping the ball out mid there to Joel. As Joel pops the ball up here. But it looks like no one on his team is able to follow that one up. And it looks like as the time winds down, unless we can see a goal here in the final one, which maybe Joel can get the beat. Nah, he can't do it. Not against this newly refurbished Rock Sniffers, who are looking better than ever. We see a consolation goal. I guess Cowabunga are going to be happy that they finally get a goal there at the end of regulation time. But we're going to be going to Game 5 with Rock Sniffers having all the momentum and about to maybe get that reverse sweep. Ooh. Can't wait to see if they're going to be able to do it. Now, everybody in chat, let me know. I don't got a co-commentator with me, so I'm going to ask you all, everybody in chat, do we think the reverse sweep is happening, or is Cowabunga going to win? Everybody, make sure to let me know if you think if the reverse sweep is happening, or if Cowabunga are going to clutch up. Cowabunga clutch, Rock Sniffer sweep. Which one will happen here in Game 5? And it looks like we got it looks like Victus in chat predicting the reverse sweep. Victus wants the rematch there in the grand final. But now, let's see. It looks like Cowabunga, they're taking their time right now. Honestly, I really like that. They're taking their time here in the minute they have until their next match, really trying to recuperate, maybe talk about a strategy they can go into. But honestly, if I'm to say anything here as a coach, as a commentator, I would definitely want them to really try and go back into their strengths. The reasons why they were winning their games in the previous series and the first two in this series was due to their possessions and off-ball pressure. I want to see that again. If Cowabunga want to win this Game 5, they're going to have to pick that up. Because so far, it looks like Rock Sniffers are finally not hitting the crossbar. So, if Cowabunga want a chance, they're going to have to try and execute their actual play style rather than booming the ball back and forth, trying to avoid losing. It looks like we're waiting for one more player to join the lobby once more, so we're going to be here in a little bit more of a tense situation as we wait for the match, but it looks like Joel has finally joined. Ladies and gentlemen, the lower final Game 5 is now commencing. Let's see if this reverse sweep is going to happen or not. Ball back over to Moss. Going to be over to the side. Now down to Scruffy. Scruffy popping that ball to Paxi. Now over to Joel. Joel popping that ball over to the backboard. And it's going to be over to Paxi now as he tries and he ends up leaving it, letting Moss hit that ball into the corner. Back over to Joel. Joel to Scruffy. Scruffy not able to find the net though. And Paxi, he ends up getting a missed touch though. And we're starting to see maybe the nerves have caught up to Rock Sniffers. They managed to win Game 3 and 4. Maybe they had no pressure. But now that they're in the Game 5, now that they know that the win can be in sight, maybe the pressure will be too much for them. However, it's only the first 30 seconds. Let's see how the first minute ends up settling this game. Back over to Paxi. To Moss. Moss will get a touch. Back to Spectre. Ball in front of the net, and that's what we like to see. Cheery, once again, the goal scorer here for Rock Sniffers, and he does it here in the most important match of the night here in Game 5 of the lower final. Whoever wins this, of course, will be going to the grand final to face off against Going Merry. But more importantly, Rock Sniffers now have the goal they need to potentially solidify the reverse sweep and their spot in that grand final. Ball back over to Scruffy. To Spectre. Spectre putting that ball high onto the backboard as Joel follows that one up. Now back to Cheery. Cheery, be looking for a possession. Looking to find that ball going forward. Back over now to Cheery. Pass the ball back to Spectre, and Joel, with a great dunk, will buy some time, but it doesn't do anything besides buy time, as now Paxi will take possession for himself. Ball back over to Cheery. To Moss, as he's looking to try and regain the same fire that was in him from the previous series. Now over to Scruffy, gonna be looking to try and carry his team here to a tied game. Not able to Doomsy dish that one back in. Back over now to Joel. It's gonna pop into the air. Scruffy, looking, he has a chance for the double tap, but he's not able to connect. That was honestly a really good opportunity there for Scruffy, but it looks like the pressure is getting to him. It was a kind of difficult shot, but every single shot so far from Cowabunga outside the 0-second consolation goal has been off target. We've seen the ball go off the woodwork so many times. However, it's not going off the woodwork anymore for Rock Sniffers. Every single opportunity they get is going into the back of the net, as it looks like, they do have one missed shot, but so far they're 2 for 3 as a team, and they're continuing to try and push forward for this win. Ball back to Scruffy. Great fast sheet there from Joel, but Joel ends up getting done. However, a miss there from Paxi is going to open up the net partially, but Scruffy can't slot it between the defenders. Now Cheery has an opportunity to pass or solo play. He opts for the solo play, but it ends up not going anywhere, and Paxi's going to be the one who has to force that one forward. Ball back over to Spectre now as he tries to keep the pressure on, but unluckily for him, Scruffy gets a beat there into the corner. Half the game has now come and gone. As we now enter the final half, we're starting to see Rock Sniffers gain even more and more confidence. It's a type of mentality that most teams have to be able to understand. You have to play to win the entire time. If you don't play to win, if you start to play to avoid losing, that's when a team that's playing to win actually goes through. Because if you're playing to win, you know your play style works. Even if you're losing, even if you're down in a series, if you trust in your play style, if you play with confidence, you will win that series. That's playing to win. However, if you get the lead, if you get a goal up, if you get a game up, and then you start trying to do other things to try and prohibit the other team from winning rather than taking it to them and doing what you know you can, instead you just try and just play the game, try to avoid getting scored on. At that point, the team that's playing to win will beat you 99% of the time. And we're starting to see that right here. Rock Sniffers, they're playing to win. They're playing with confidence. And we're seeing Cowabunga. We've not seen any confidence in them since game 2. And now, it might be the end of them here, but they still do have a minute and a half. But a miss there on the backboard is going to open it up for Cheery. And it looks like another 3-goal lead might be all she wrote, as now Cheery's trying to send his team here into the grand final. It's been known to happen. I have commentated a match where a team has managed to score 5 goals in the final minute to not just tie it up, but to go into regulation. So it's definitely possible for them to come back here. However, it's definitely unlikely, especially with how they're playing. Joel pitches that ball across. Honestly, it looks like the team has lost the fire in them. They're kind of just playing here for integrity's sake, as the ball's going to pop that ball to the backboard. Followed up here by Spectre, and Spectre pops it in the air. Followed up here by Cheery. Cheery going to be looking for a hat trick of his own here as the ball bounces down. Final minute on the clock, but it looks like this might be his chance at life here. We bring it back within 2. Scruffy, he got the OT winner, and now he's going to be looking to try and start this game. Look at this here as Scruffy pops the ball towards the backboard. Even though it looks like they gave up, maybe this is the spark they need to try and come back here in the game 5, prohibit this reverse sweep. Great kickoff there. Goes straight back to Moss. Ball off the backboard. Scruffy going to be looking to get his second goal. Cheery, though, he's been helping his teams ever since the reverse sweep started, getting the first goal on the board, getting the first goal in every single game so far, and now he's going to be looking to try and solidify this reverse sweep. Ball's going to be back over to Spectre. On low boost, popping the ball to the backboard, and it's going to be Joel following that ball up, as we're finally seeing Cowabunga take some possession, but is a little too late, as now the ball's going to get popped forward by Moss. On low boost, forces it to Scruffy. Scruffy, though, gets bumped from the back. And now it's moved back over to Spectre. Now 20 seconds left on the clock. Spectre going to be popping that ball into the corner. Followed up, your ball gets sent across there to Moss. And now Moss gonna be looking, trying to get a dunk. Pinches it under, but Paxi does not flinch. Now we have to see a goal before 0 seconds or this game is over. And with the missed touch there, ladies and gentlemen, the reverse sweep has come and is now fully here as Rock Sniffers reverse sweep Cowabunga and will be now going on to their rematch in the grand final, facing off against Going Merry, who will be playing in a best of 7 with a game advantage. Now, what